Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm sure by now you probably already watched more than 10 videos about the $1,200 stimulus check, but now it's my turn to show up to the stimulus check video party and give you all the details about how much you'll actually get, when you'll get it, how to actually get it, and everything else you need to know around this topic. All I ask in return is for you to please hit the like button. It really helps out with the channel and with the YouTube algorithm. If you're new to my channel, my name is Rami, and since 2016 I earned more than 6 million points and miles, mostly from credit cards, and I redeemed 3.1 million of them for travel that's worth more than $180,000. So if you're interested in this kind of stuff and personal finance in general, please consider subscribing to the channel, hit the like button, and check out all the valuable links I have for you in the description below. So first thing that we'll talk about is how much you're actually going to get. The baseline number you need to know is $1,200. If you file taxes, you'll receive a $1,200 stimulus check. This was actually changed from the initial form of the bill, where it was your net tax liability for 2019 or $1,200, whichever is lower, with a minimum of $600. So initially, if you had only paid $700 in taxes for 2019, you were going to get only $700. And if you had paid $400 in taxes for 2019, then you were going to get the minimum of $600. And if you paid, let's say, $4,000 or something, then you would get the full $1,200 amount. But that was changed, thankfully, so now everyone will get the $1,200 regardless of how much they paid in taxes. Now, if you're married and filing jointly, you'll be getting $2,400, which is exactly double, so $1,200 per person. Now, if you have children, you'll also get $500 per child who is 17 years or younger that you claim as a dependent on your tax returns. And no limit on the number of children. So if you're married and have 5 children, God bless you. I have one and he's driving me crazy during this quarantine. Anyway, so for your family of 7, you'll get a total of $4,900. Wow, that's $1,200 for you, $1,200 for your spouse, and $500 for each of your 5 children. The annoying part of all of this is that there's actually a limit on income levels. So if you're a high earner, you'll get less, and depending on your income, you might not get anything at all. So if you're single, the maximum income is $75,000 per year. And for married filing jointly, it's $150,000 and $112,500 for head of household. Let me just take a second to explain what head of household is, because I actually didn't even know the exact definition of it. So it basically means that you have to be unmarried or considered unmarried at the end of the year, have paid more than half the cost of keeping up a home for the tax year, either one's home or the home of a qualifying parent. Usually have a qualifying person who lived with the head in the home for more than half of the tax year, unless the qualifying person is a dependent parent. The tricky part is this calculation coming up. So for every $100 that you make on top of these limits, the amount of money you get will decrease by $5. So if you're single, for example, and you make $77,000, you'll get $1,100 instead of $1,200. That's because you make $2,100 on top of the $75,000 limit, which means that your stimulus check will decrease by $25, which is $100, and that's where we come up with the $1,100. You don't have to worry too much about these calculations. Ask Sebi actually made a cool calculator for this, which I'll put in the description for you if you want to check it out. What you need to know is that the stimulus check money disappears if you're single and make $99,000 or more, or if you're married and file jointly and make over $198,000, and for head of household, it's $136,500. By the way, if you still haven't hit that like button, please make sure to click it now. Now, this is very important to remember that this is based on your 2019 tax filing. And if you didn't file yet, they're going to look at your 2018 filing. So here's the thing, if your income was high in 2018 and for whatever reason your income in 2019 was lower, and it will give you more stimulus check money, then I'd go ahead and file your 2019 taxes as soon as possible. What's cool about this is that you can file now, and if you have to pay extra taxes, you can now pay by July 15th instead of April 15th, since the IRS extended the period to file and pay taxes for 2019 by 3 months. So you can file now, get your higher refund, and pay what you owe by July 15th. So just to be clear, let's say you're single and in 2018 you made $90,000 and then in 2019 you made $75,000. File your taxes now so you can get the full $1,200 stimulus check. On the other hand, if you made less money in 2018 than you did in 2019, then it would make sense to hold off on your 2019 tax filing so you're treated based on your 2018 income, which should let you get more money. Just make sure you do a full comparison between your status in 2018 and 2019 and base your decision on that. Which also means maybe you had a child in 2019, but your income was much higher in 2019, so you may think the $500 per child is good, but then because your income was so high in 2019 compared to 2018, you would lose, I don't know, $700 in stimulus check money. So it might not even out the way you think. Basically, just go on Ask Sebi's calculator, fill it out with both scenarios, and see which year will net you more money. Obviously, that's all if you didn't file your 2019 taxes already. If you did, then that's what you're going to use to determine how much you will get. Next up is people who are retired and are on Social Security. Just based on my channel analytics, I don't think many of you are in that category, but just in case some of you are, or you know someone who is, you will get this check if you're retired and receiving Social Security or pension. And if Social Security is your only source of income and you're not required to file taxes, you do not need to file or basically do anything to receive your stimulus check. You'll receive it the same way you receive your benefits, so direct deposit or physical check. So now let's talk about when and how you'll receive this stimulus check. It is said that they'll be sending them within 3 weeks from when this was announced. So since I'm a week late on this video, it should be in the next couple of weeks. At least that's the earliest batch that's going out. I wouldn't hold my breath though, it may take longer just because of the magnitude of this and how many people they have to send money to. In terms of how you'll get them the same way you choose to receive your tax refund. So if you put your bank information and asked for direct deposit, you'll get your stimulus check money the same way through direct deposit. And this should also be the quickest way to receive the money. If you selected to receive a physical check for your refund, then you'll receive a physical check for this as well, which would definitely take much longer. Apparently, you can contact the IRS to change the way you'd like to receive your stimulus check, but the process may be lengthy and painful and probably not worth it. I wouldn't mess around too much with anything just to make sure you receive your money. All right, so now let's talk a little bit about what to do with that money. I'm obviously not certified to give any financial advice. This is just my opinion as your friend. If you're someone who recently lost their job or your income decreased significantly due to the current circumstances, then you need to use this money for rent payments, for food, and just the basic necessities, and try to stretch it out as far as possible. If you already have a nice savings balance or your income was not affected, then consider paying off some high interest debt maybe that you have, whether it's credit card debt, student loan debt, or medical bills, or whatever the case may be. Otherwise, just add it to your savings account, especially if it's a high yield interest account. Now, if you're not going to be needing this money for immediate use within a couple of years or so, then why not invest it? I mean, pretty much all stocks are at a deep discount right now. If there's a company you truly believe in or you see smart investors putting a lot of money into right now, then maybe follow their lead. For example, I read recently that Warren Buffett invested a large amount of money in Delta Airlines. Now, obviously, the whole airline industry took a massive hit with all of this and the share prices dropped dramatically. And with all the canceled flights and refunds the airlines have to make, who knows which of the airlines will bounce back when we go back to normal. The reason I personally like Delta and looked at it, and probably why Warren Buffett picked Delta, is because in my opinion, they're the best US domestic airline overall, especially out of the big three. Compared to United and American, Delta seems to be the healthiest financially, the best customer service, nicer and newer renovated planes. Just overall better product than the other two. Again, at least that's in my opinion and with my experience flying with them. Besides individual company stocks, ETFs could also be a good option since they're also at a discount. I personally like SPY and Vanguard's VOO. They both basically follow the S&P 500, which even after the little rally in the market last week, it's still down about 26%. I believe it will probably eventually go down again. I'm not sure if we've hit the bottom or not, but there's still an opportunity to get in the market right now, and over the long term, the market will bounce back and make up that 26% and more. At least I hope so. I mean, I'm looking at this for the really long term. If you're interested in investing, I personally use SoFi since I had already opened a SoFi Money account, and they also have SoFi Invest. They're both available on the same app and very, very easy to use. If you use a referral link for SoFi and deposit $1,000 in cash, you'll receive a bonus of $75 in stocks. Not bad for some free money. Link in the description. I also just opened a Webull account since every other YouTuber pretty much has it. I used one of the referral links. I'm not gonna say who I used. I'm waiting for my account to be approved, so I don't have a referral link to that yet, but once I do, I'll put it in the comments for you down below. With Webull, you get one free stock valued between $2.5 and $250 when you open an account, and a second free stock valued between $12 to $1,400 when you deposit $100. So the deposit requirements is much lower than SoFi, but you might end up getting only $14.50. You don't know which stock you will get. With SoFi, you get a fixed $75 when you deposit $1,000. So it's up to you to pick which one. You can pick both. It's up to you. Thank you so much guys for watching, and hope this video was useful for you in regards to all the info about the $1,200 stimulus check and some of my recommendations with what to do with the money. Please give this video a thumbs up, and if this is your first time here, I would love to have you subscribe, because every week I'm publishing videos that help you earn a ton of credit card points and frequent flyer miles that will enable you to travel the world for little to no money.